I think every player in North America is envious of a world champion.
Nobody's touching Piglet, they're all running away.
He's super good. He's possibly just the best AD outright in North America.
Characters again there. Piglet gets one, Piglet gets two. Can they turn it around?
He was like the ADK I wanted to be.
It's a double for Impact. They will be the Season 3 World Champions.
Having Impact coming over to NA was a pretty big surprise.
There should be more action in top lane now.
Godlike, can he finish it? Where is Whites? Oh, Impact comes in to save the day, and not even Whites can believe it.
I'm really excited to play. I think this is probably going to be the best year for me yet.
Oh my God, he wins the game. Oh my God.
This is kind of like my last chance. I need to start winning.
Welcome everyone to week 2 of the North American League Championship Series Spring Split. The crowds are lined up and getting pumped here today for some action on the Rift. We've got Jana, of course, in the audience. And here they are outside just moments ago. Lots of fans showing the support for their teams, and Dignitas, of course, walking into the studio for their big game against Gravity today. They've definitely got to win that one. And then Cop, all business, down the hallway with Saint in tow. That carefree attitude with his head in a mouse pad. Well, 2 days in, already there have been upsets, and the fans have packed our studios here in Los Angeles to see what surprises today will hold. Hello, I'm James Dash Patterson, glad to be here with you, but I'm not alone. Filling out the analyst desk are Aiden Zyrene Moon, Joshua Jat Leesman, and David Freak Turley. How you doing, gentlemen?
I'm doing awesome.
I'm glad to hear that.
Absolutely amazing.
Better than good.
Ooh, better than so.
What
Awesome.
specifically about today made it that awesome?
Because after getting to see the first week of games, I got really pumped for the season. I actually expected a lot of the lower teams to get blown out. Super not the case.
Yeah,
the fact that C9 was the only 0-2 team, I never would have believed. And it's like, every game is going to be ridiculous.
I feel like it was almost like NALCS preseason with all the subs that we had last week, but now it's all
very true. I have to agree. So, to set the stage for today's action, let's pull up the standings and see how the teams are stacked up. In first place with a 2-0 start in week 1 is Team Liquid. And they are, of course, followed by pretty much everyone else who's tied for second, each with 1 win and 1 loss. And in 10th place, it's Cloud9 with 2 losses. So we'll see if any teams can make moves with our 5 games today, starting with Gravity versus Dignitas. After that, Team 8 will face off against Coast, and we'll close out the day with TSM battling it out with Winter Fox. And once again, there have been a flurry of roster changes this week. Arriving, we have a couple world champions. Piglet joins Team Liquid, and Impact will be in the top lane for Team Impulse. Recently released from the penalty box is Counterlogic's new top laner Zion Spartan, and Winter Fox have their jungler Helios back in the fold, as well as new member Avalon in the top lane. So I'm going to throw it to the desk. Who's going to have the biggest impact this week?
I'm going to have to go with Impact. Just because. Wow. No, I think Team Impulse, when you look at this team, like, no offense to their bottom lane, but all offense to it, because this is a team that relies on their jungler, their top laner, and their mid laner to carry more often than not. And with having another Korean player in the top lane, he brings a lot of pressure and experience. He can also communicate with Rush, and they have their coach Fly in now, who's also going to rid him of his solo queue habits. They can help middle out and get Xiao Weishao going, who was the MVP, the Rookie of the Year last year in this regular season. So I think that this team is really going to come to full power with Fly and Impact being in that top lane.
I am going to have to stay on the top lane trend a little bit here. I actually think Zion Spartan is a really big move, if only for the fan impact. CLG, I think, for the first time in almost forever, have a really good team now. And CLG can actually make their play and go to Worlds this time around, because Zion is a proven good top laner. Their last couple attempts at pulling in top laners for CLG, Nian Tanso, you are a good AD carry. Play top lane for us. Seraph, you have no competitive experience at all. Play top lane for us. Both of those were really poor choices by them. They have a proven, consistent performer here. Now the question is, can they have him fit the CLG mold? They're not used to having good top laners. I think Zion Spartan's the guy for it, though.
Yeah, that's going to be super interesting. I'm interested in Piglet, obviously, with our #1 team in the NALCS, Team Liquid. After an entire 2 games of performance, they're 1 game up on the other 6 teams here, but they're the best, even with playing with a sub. This week, we're going to kind of get to see the real Team Liquid against preseason favorites Cloud9, even though people aren't giving them favorites now, and specifically just the expectations that are on that team now. I know that last year, when they played Complexity and Evil Geniuses, who were the 7th and 8th place teams, they were a combined 2-6 against those teams. Felt like last year, Curse, the 3 players that are still on there, when they played an inferior opponent, they slacked off.
Right.
And let's hope they don't slack off here.
Well, yeah, even Dominate himself tweeted out saying people are overreacting to their 2-0 start. You know, they beat a couple mid-level teams that had subs as well, so everyone needs to kind of take a breath. They haven't done anything just yet.
Everybody panic.
Yeah. and of course, while we are practicing our best journalistic standards by not overreacting 2 games in, you're more than welcome to when answering our question of the day. Who is going to finish top 3 in the NALCS and why? Tweet your thoughts, from fact-driven analysis to pie in the sky, gut impressions. We want them all. Address them to @LolEsports and use the hashtag LCS. Now we're going to waste no time and send it right over to the guys at the caster desk to get us into game 1.